This is very serious. This is an official state police agency issuing a report to the entire state police of the state of Missouri, cautioning them, advising them, warning them, however you want to say it, to be on guard against people that might have a Ron Paul bumper sticker on their car, or people that would be a part of a political party that's not Republican or Democrat, or people that believe that we ought to defend the Constitution, or people that believe that that we should oppose the North American Union that is growing by leaps and bounds every day. That these people are considered potential terrorists, extremists, right-wing fanatics, and other such verbiage. Now, first of all, I had a call, we had a conversation take place after this report was released, and I'm going to be talking here in a couple of days personally with Bob Barr and Ron Paul, and we're going to be putting our heads together and figuring out what we want to do to respond to this. I can tell you this, we will not take this lying down. I remind you that before the Nazis began to persecute and incarcerate and kill and so forth the Jewish people in Germany, the first thing they did was label them as extremists and fanatics and all these kind of things and get the people conditioned against them. And then with the approbation of the general populace, they were able to unleash the fury of the state against them, and we all, of course, know what happened as a result of that. So don't think it a light thing whenever an official state police agency would identify us and many of you in this audience as potential terrorists. This is a very serious thing. And by the way, also included in that group, I didn't keep reading, but also included in that group were anti-abortion protesters, people that believe in the right to life of unborn children. You also are considered to be a potential terrorist by this report. This kind of a thing is something that has been building in our country for many years as many people have sought to silence those who would stand up for not only the principles of the Word of God, but the principles upon which our country was founded.
My suppression hearing, a statement was trying to be suppressed because when I record a confession or an interview, because we don't do interrogations, the police. We do not do interrogations. That's a bad, mean, Nazi kind of word, okay? We do interviews, okay? And you'd be amazed how much difference it makes when you use that one word versus interrogation. I'll take it off the tape and I'll have my secretary put it to paper. Immediately afterwards, I'll take that tape and I'll scan it over my magnet, throw it in my box so I can use it again. I do not keep the tape. It is not evidence. It's not required to be evidence.
cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
And now the most exhilarating 2 minutes in television, the latest from the political grapevine. Green Party presidential candidate Cynthia McKinney, remember her, has a new story to tell. She says the U.S. government systematically killed thousands of people during Hurricane Katrina. McKinney was speaking at Oakland's Laney College during a conference Sunday on reforming the justice system when she said that after Katrina, a woman called her explaining, quote, her son's charge by the Department of Defense was to process 5,000 bodies that had received a single bullet wound to the head. The bodies were dumped in the swamp in Louisiana. This is true. I suspect that these were prisoners. McKinney claims the man who said this is afraid to come forward because he signed a silence agreement with the government, adding that Red Cross workers had verified the mass killings.
I had a mother to call me because her son had a very gruesome task. Her son's charge by the Department of Defense was to process 5,000 bodies that had received a single bullet wound to the head. And these were mostly males. And her son was afraid to talk because he had signed a silence agreement. So he only complained to his mother. But the data about these individuals was entered into a Pentagon computer. And then reportedly, the bodies were dumped in a swamp in Louisiana. This is as a result of the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina. Now, I have and I have verification from insiders who wish to remain anonymous at the Red Cross that this is true. I suspect that these were prisoners. And so, you know, this investigation of the whole prison industrial complex is extremely important, and it should not end with just a question of the nature of prisons in our country, but these 5,000 souls also need some justice too.